I was 12 when I signed my first contract.
My name is Sabrina. I'm 10 years old.
I did not read the contract. Like, I was 12. You know what I mean? All I wanted to do was sing. And I think when you're that young, you have so much faith in the goodness of people. You don't even consider that people could be using you or misguiding you.
Imagine this. You're a rising star, plucked from obscurity to shine under the bright lights of Disney. The world loves you, your face is everywhere, and your voice is climbing the charts. But behind the scenes, every move you make is being carefully orchestrated. Your image, your music, even the drama in your life, all meticulously controlled to keep you in the spotlight. This is the story of Sabrina Carpenter. From a Disney darling to a pop sensation, her journey seems like the dream every young star chases. But as her fame skyrocketed, so did the whispers. Is she carving her own path? Or is she just another pawn in the industry's master plan?
Sabrina Carpenter, no insult again to her. If there's a buyer and you are a seller, whatever, it's the free markets. She has had a lot of brushes with the media because she has this extremely sexual brand, right?
Because in Hollywood, nothing is ever as perfect as it seems. Sabrina Carpenter's story begins where so many young stars' careers do. Disney. She burst onto the scene as Maya Hart, the rebellious best friend on Girl Meets World, a sequel to the beloved 90s sitcom Boy Meets World. The show was an instant hit, and Sabrina quickly became a fan favorite. Her character was funny, bold, and relatable, earning her a spot in the hearts of Disney's loyal audience. But Disney's influence didn't stop at acting. Like many Disney stars before her, think Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, and Demi Lovato.
During your role,
Maya's the one that gets everybody into trouble. She's the rebel of the bunch.
Sabrina's career was carefully molded to include more than just TV. While still starring on Girl Meets World, she launched her music career under Hollywood Records.
I'm back.
I don't know that I'm doing a three-peat. I think I'm maxed out.
Maxed out on Mean Girls?
No, I've done a few. I've done a few.
Telling the truth.
So you do not value the opinion of Sabrina Carpenter?
I do not value the opinion of Sabrina Carpenter.
For Sabrina, these early years laid the foundation for her fame. But they also set the tone for a career where authenticity and industry expectations would constantly clash. Still, the Disney machine had made her a star. Sabrina Carpenter wasn't just a name anymore. She was a brand. But as we'll see, the tightly controlled world of Disney was only the beginning. Once Sabrina stepped out of its shadow, things got a lot more complicated. In 2021, Sabrina Carpenter found herself at the center of one of the most talked about pop culture dramas of the year. And it wasn't because of a new album or a major acting role. Instead, it was her connection to Olivia Rodrigo's Sour album, and more specifically, the song Driver's License, that thrust her into the kind of spotlight no press agent can prepare for.
To a lyric in Olivia Rodrigo's song Driver's License. Is that true? Is there any validity to that?
I mean, it's also just not my place to say. I think a lot of people were sort of pointing fingers. And so at the end of the day, like, I was dealing with what I was dealing with internally.
The story went like this. Olivia Rodrigo's breakout single, Driver's License, seemed to tell the story of a heartbreak involving her high school musical. The musical. The series co-star Joshua Bassett. Fans quickly speculated that Sabrina Carpenter was the blonde girl mentioned in the song. The supposed third party in a love triangle that filled tabloids, TikTok feeds, and social media comment sections, Sabrina, Joshua, and Olivia became a trending topic overnight, with fans taking sides and dissecting every lyric, post, and public appearance. Sabrina didn't stay silent for long. She released her own track, Skin, which many interpreted as a direct response to Olivia's song.
Sabrina Carpenter, objectively these days, makes sexual music. And in my opinion, it is not as grotesque and abrasive as things like WAP and what you might hear in rap music, but it is there, and it is covered thinly by a veil of sparkles and silliness. She literally does her entire short and sweet tour in sparkly lingerie. Her stage is built to look like a male's genitalia.
With lines like, "Maybe we could have been friends if I met you in another life," and "You can try to get under my skin while he's on mine." The song added fuel to the already raging fire. But here's where things get interesting. Was this drama organic, or was it carefully orchestrated by the industry to boost visibility for all three artists? After all, the controversy didn't hurt anyone's career. Olivia's Sour became one of the biggest albums of the year, Joshua released his own music, and Sabrina's Skin became a hit in its own right. It's easy to wonder if the drama was a perfect storm created by chance or a carefully crafted narrative to keep all eyes on these rising stars. While Sabrina has since downplayed the feud in interviews, the question remains, was she a player in her own story, or was the industry pulling the strings behind the scenes? Is Sabrina Carpenter carving her own path? Or is she just another example of the industry's influence over its stars? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the stories behind the celeb. Amid the chaos of the love triangle drama, Sabrina Carpenter made a move that would reshape her career. She left Hollywood Records, the Disney-owned label that launched her music career, and signed with Island Records in 2021. This transition marked the beginning of a new chapter for Sabrina, one where she seemed determined to break out of her Disney mold and establish herself as a more mature and authentic artist.
I never wanted to let anybody down, and I never wanted to disappoint. So there was a lot of political things I had to say yes to, and songs that were singles that I didn't think were singles. And there was a say in what I wore. If I wasn't as defiant of a young woman as I was, I would have definitely lost myself completely.
Under Island Records, Sabrina released her 5th studio album, Emails I Can't Send, in 2022. The album was a departure from her earlier polished pop sound. It was raw, confessional, and personal, with lyrics that touched on heartbreak, betrayal, and the pressures of fame. Tracks like Because I Liked a Boy directly addressed the fallout from the Olivia Rodrigo drama, revealing the emotional toll it took on her. Sabrina's fans praised the album for its vulnerability, calling it her most authentic work to date. But with the shift in tone came another question. How much of this rebranding was Sabrina's secret that record companies invest heavily in crafting an artist's image to fit the current culture aligned her with the trend of artists, using personal struggles as a marketing just to form how much control she really had over her image lingered. As Sabrina Carpenter's part of her seemed so effortlessly authentic. But was it? Take intimacy, shared personal anecdotes, making each concert feel like a peek into her private world next door. Then there's her presence on social media.
The album is entitled Man's Best Friend. She's bent down on all fours. It seems she's got her left hand touching a guy's knee. She's basically a dog. A lot of
funny skits, behind-the-scenes moments, and relatable memes that make fans feel like they're getting the real Sabrina. But let's not forget, in today's music industry, social media is a vital marketing tool, and many artists have entire teams dedicated to crafting their online image. Was Sabrina genuinely sharing her life with fans? Or was this just another example of the industry's influence, using authenticity as a strategy to keep her relevant? Even her viral moments, surprise guest appearances at shows, or her now famous whispered TikTok trend felt almost too perfect. Like they were designed to dominate the algorithm. Sabrina's marketing machine was working overtime. But behind the clever campaigns and viral success, one thing became clear. Staying on top in the music industry isn't just about talent. It's about playing the game. For all the success Sabrina Carpenter has achieved, there is a recurring theme in her story that's impossible to ignore. The tension between being authentic and meeting the industry's expectations. In interviews, she's spoken candidly about the pressures of fame, admitting that she often feels the need to put on a perfect version of herself for the public. Her album Emails I Can't Send is a prime example of this struggle. Songs like Tornado Warnings and Skinny Dipping delve into deeply personal topics, from failed relationships to self-doubt. In the lyrics, Sabrina reveals the cracks in her polished image, showing fans the messy, vulnerable side of her life. But even as she opened up through her music, some critics questioned whether this vulnerability was a genuine reflection of her struggles or a calculated move to align with the industry trend of sad girl pop. Beyond her music, Sabrina has hinted at the emotional toll of maintaining her public persona. In interviews, she's described moments of feeling like she's constantly performing, even off stage.
And during every performance during her song Juno, she plops down at the end of the song into a different sex position. And this is not new, because on her previous tour, she had a song called Nonsense, where she would ad-lib a special line at the end of every performance, and they were almost always.
Fans have praised her honesty, but it also raises a bigger question. Can an artist like Sabrina truly be herself in an industry that demands constant reinvention? The pressure to balance authenticity and perfection isn't unique to Sabrina. But it's a challenge she seems to grapple with more openly than most. And while her honesty has earned her admiration, the ongoing tension between who she is and who the industry wants her to be remains central to her story. When it comes to the entertainment world, the phrase industry puppet has been whispered about countless stars over the years, and Sabrina Carpenter is no exception. While there's no concrete proof of behind-the-scenes manipulation, fans and critics have pointed to moments in her career that feel, well, a little too orchestrated. Start with the drama that seems to follow her. From the Olivia Rodrigo love triangle to her highly polished rebranding under Island Records, some fans speculate that these events weren't entirely organic. Could the drama have been strategically amplified to keep Sabrina in the headlines? The music industry thrives on attention, and controversy has always been a surefire way to boost streams and ticket sales. Then there's the question of her image. Sabrina's transition from Disney darling to so glamorous enough to stand out on red carpets. It's a delicate balance, feel like a rise to fame. It feels like a carefully turning point in her career. Fans praised her ability to connect with audiences, blending heartfelt moments with fun, high-energy numbers. Sabrina also earned major buzz for her fashion choices, becoming a staple at events.
Sabrina Carpenter, she released a new single, it's called Manchild, and this is the art that will be on the cover of this album. And obviously,
I Can't Send, Sabrina opens a window into the emotional weight of living in the spotlight. Tracks Because I Liked a Boy reveal the fallout of public scrutiny, while others, like Nonsense, show her playful side and adoring fans. For someone like Sabrina, every decision, whether it's releasing a song or posting on Instagram, feels like it's under a microscope. The question remains, how much of this pressure comes from Sabrina's own ambitions, and how much is fueled by the industry-topping hit? There's a price to pay. And Sabrina has made it clear that fame isn't always as perfect as it seems. Sabrina Carpenter's journey from Disney star to global pop sensation is undeniably impressive. An artist whose fascinating mix of talent, ambition, and industry influence. She's proven she has the voice, the vision, and the determination to stand out. But at what cost? Her story is far from over. And as she continues to rise, the line between artistic freedom and the real question is, will she ever be able to break free from its strings?